Welcome to StopFake, the place where we uncover disinformation about Ukraine and set the record straight. I'm Irena Chalupa, and I'm happy to present this week's edition. Among today's fakes, jihadists participate in Crimean Tatar World Congress. Refugees sexually assault Russian minor. US official warns Russia of an imminent NATO attack. So let's get to it. We begin this edition with a fake video purporting to be from a Ukrainian battalion, in which soldiers threaten Holland with retribution if a future referendum votes against Ukraine. In the video, 6 men wearing camouflage gear, black balaclava masks, and touting guns threaten to carry out terrorist acts against Dutch citizens if Holland votes against the EU association agreement with Ukraine. At the end of the video, they burn the Dutch flag. The video begins and ends with the logo of the Azov Volunteer Battalion. The poorly spliced video's audio is a voiceover, with paper shuffling and other clearly audible extraneous background noise. This fake video is the latest example of Russian agitprop, said Azov Battalion Deputy Commander Andriy Dyachenko in an official video statement. The men in the video don't have Azov insignia, their uniforms and boots are completely different from ours, but the most laughable are the airsoft weapons these actors are holding, said Dyachenko. The Netherlands will hold an advisory referendum in April on the EU agreement with Ukraine, the result of which will not be binding on the Dutch government. The country has already ratified the EU-Ukraine Association and Free Trade Agreement in July of 2015. The Russian information agency Eurasia Daily reported that militants and jihadists from the Middle East attended the second Crimean Tatar World Congress held last weekend in Ukraine. According to Eurasia Daily, fighters from the Syrian Turkoman movement, the Turkish Grey Wolves nationalist organization, jihadists from Libya, Algiers, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Pakistan, and Afghanistan attended the Congress. No representatives from these countries attended the meeting, according to Mejlis, the Crimean Tatar executive representative body. Delegates from Romania, Turkey, Germany, Canada, Lithuania, Bulgaria, the United States, and Russian-occupied Crimea attended the meeting, according to the official Mejlis Facebook page. Eurasia Daily also claims that Crimean Tatar leader Mustafa Dzemilov said that any Muslim wanting to join the jihad against, quote, the damn Russians, unquote, for the liberation of sacred Crimea can do so after attaining an official status from Ukraine's defense ministry. Mustafa Dzemilov never uttered such a statement. Eurasia Daily is the only media to carry this fake quote. Russian media has been abuzz about an alleged rape in Berlin of a Russian girl. Sourcing the website of the Convention of Russian Germans, Genosse SU, Russian television and various websites reported that several migrants kidnapped and raped an underage girl from a Russian-speaking family. Allegedly, 13-year-old Elizabeth Fisenko disappeared on January 11th and was found a day later, claiming that she had been raped and mistreated by foreigners who looked like Arabs. Russia's main television station, Channel 1, ran this fake story with an interview in which a woman claiming to be the girl's aunt tearfully confirms the alleged rape. The channel also broadcast a video in which a group of men openly talk about raping 2 young girls. This video was actually posted to YouTube in 2009 by a group called Aryan Front under the heading "Turks Talk Openly About a Rape." The Berlin police investigated this claim and dismissed the story as untrue. The spokeswoman of the Berlin police also confirmed this claim as a fake in a statement to German broadcaster Deutsche Welle. Deutsche Welle reports that German attorney Martin Lutle has asked the Berlin prosecutor's office to investigate the legality of the Russia First Channel story, which he says was done in the spirit of Russian propaganda and ethnic hatred and violates German law, from where the story was broadcast. Russia's largest news machine, RT, or Russia Today, published an article last week claiming that Victoria Nuland warned Russia about a future attack by NATO. The source for this claim is a mysterious Tunisian mathematician calling himself Hannibal Genserik, writing on the French citizen journalism aggregator site Agoravox. Hannibal Genserik seems an obvious fake name. Hannibal, after all, was the historic Carthage general who battled Rome but was ultimately defeated, while Genserik, a 5th century Vandal king, had better luck. He sacked Rome in 455. Genserik writes that Assistant Secretary of State for European and Eurasian Affairs, Victoria Nuland, demanded an unscheduled stop in Kaliningrad, landed in a Russian military airport in an agitated state, and demanded a meeting with Russian leader Vladimir Putin. He sent his advisor and Kremlin insider Vladislav Surkov instead, claims Genserik. During the meeting, Nuland allegedly kept repeating, "War is coming, war is at the gates." And because Moscow had not kept its promises, Russia must now pay for everything. The purpose of the meeting, claims Genserik, was to warn the Russians about an inevitable NATO attack. Victoria Nuland's meeting with Surkov was planned well in advance. Even Russia's Kommersant site wrote about it. Much of what Hannibal Genserik wrote and Russian sites reprinted about the Nuland-Surkov meeting is quoted almost verbatim from an English-language article entitled "Top Obama Official Demands to Land at Russian Military Base, Warns of War," from a conspiracy site called "What Does It All Mean?" What indeed? That's it for this week. You can always find fresh fakes set straight on the StopFake website. If you spot any disinformation about Ukraine, please forward it to us. Be vigilant, beware of fakes. And in the words of the great Mark Twain, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. We'll see you next week. I'm Irena Chalupa, and this is StopFake.